Welcome to CES 2026. I'm Danny J, and I'm here with Anthony Lee, Vice President of Marketing at Macronix America. Welcome.
Yeah, thanks, Danny. Appreciate it.
Yes, Macronix has long been recognized as a pioneer in non-volatile memory solutions, powering everything from consumer electronics to advanced industrial applications. As the industry faces new demands from AI acceleration to next-generation storage architectures, Macronix continues to play a pivotal role in defining what's possible. Now, if you're like me, where you might not think about memory chips when you're scrolling on your phone or hopping in your car, but here's the thing, without companies like Macronix, none of that technology would work. They make non-volatile memory that powers everything from your smartphone to industrial applications. So today we're going to talk about where the technology is headed, especially as AI is changing everything. So Anthony, thank you for being here.
Yeah, thank you. That's a very good intro. Yeah, exactly. Perfect.
So thanks for joining us at CES. To set the stage, the memory industry is evolving rapidly with new demands and innovations. So let's start with the big picture. The memory industry is evolving so fast. What are the trends that you're seeing that are really going to shape the next few years?
Yeah, good question. I think AI for sure is driving demand, right? The memory, what we call the memory wall, which is there's a big wall that AI needs to get over in terms of performance. So that's the biggest thing. So you look at all the big guys, the Samsungs, the Microns, they're chasing the same thing. Same with us, trying to get parts that are faster, larger, right? Being able to do things that's necessary to make AI easier access, not just on the data center side, but also in the homes, which we call, edge AI. So for sure, I think there's a lot of innovation and the demand is there. So everyone's really chasing that performance level.
Yeah. So speaking of innovation, when I know Macronix is expected to chart more territory. So when you're sitting in strategy meetings at Macronix, what does your product roadmap actually look like for the next 5 years? What are you building toward?
Yeah, earlier as you were speaking to Min, he spoke about some new technologies that we're developing. The first one is actually 3D NOR. I think 3D NOR will be a game changer for not just us, but also the rest of the industry. So clearly, if you look at NAND's had 3D structure for decades. Right now, 3D NOR is needed for applications like automotive, medical, right, IoT. So that's where we're kind of moving towards from a technology standpoint. And the good thing about Macronix, I'll tell you, is we invest a lot of money in our own R&D. So if you look at patents and stuff that we put out there, a lot of innovation, right? So I would say in the next 5 years, you're going to see a lot of stuff coming out from Macronix.
Yeah. So you kind of mentioned a few markets already. The roadmap is only impactful as the markets it serves. So you mentioned automotive. Who are the key players using it? Like, what markets are you focusing on?
Yeah, and as you stated prior to this, memory goes into everything, right? So you got the PC industry, the consumer market, which pretty standard, typical products. But when you go into automotive, that's where the quality goes in. That's where Min, our CEO and chairman, his passion is about quality. So he talked about going from parts per million in terms of quality to parts per billion. Okay, so innovation itself is not just about coming out with faster and bigger products, but also much higher quality products for automotive. So if you look at ADAS applications, that's where a lot of our memories are starting to go into. But it's not just the car itself, but the server that sends data to the car, right? So we're also on the server side as well. So just across the board. So we have products that are what we call edge device products, right? Because if you think about it, cars are kind of like an edge device. Right?
So would you say your biggest market is your automotive, or are you also in medical? Are you also in?
Yeah, so we're pretty diversified. If you look at where we are, we're about a quarter in automotive, a quarter in industrial, a quarter into data center server, and then the rest is like consumer, et cetera. Our biggest growth is actually medical. So if you look at home medical, You know, that is booming. I think the longevity, the health aspect of it, sensors on the edge, I think that's where AI is really needed, and where I think our memory fits very well. Because if you look at a lot of these medical devices, people wearing it like patches and stuff. So like, for example, GCM, we're very big in that, glucose monitoring systems, right? And they need very low power, right? So that's another innovation that we came out with a few years ago that fits very well within medical devices. It's very, very low power.
So interesting. So, while a lot of new technologies are exciting and we love the innovation, some established solutions continue to prove their relevance. So, eMMC has been around for a while now, but it's not going anywhere. So, why is that, and what makes it still so relevant?
Yeah, slight correction. eMMC is still growing as much as people think. I think the industry is about $12 billion this year. I think it's going to grow like a CAGR of something like 4% over the next 5 years. So I think this industry is still moving and growing. And for Macronix, it's such a great industry, great product to come out with because we're servicing